All right, Rod Rodriguez here from the After Action Review podcast. This is my live at 5. I like the sound of that. I like how that sounds, live at 5. So basically, I'm kind of doing makeup, but I might keep doing a live at 5. It does sound good, and it is a makeup session because I was supposed to do, I gotta adjust the camera here. Should have probably done this before I started filming, but whatever. So I missed this morning's 0530 stand to. Some serious technical difficulties. My phone fried. That was my fault. I put a cheap, shitty charger on a brand new phone, and it fried. Well, it fried it out for a little while. I had to leave it alone for half the day. I plugged it in and it started working again. So hey man, that was my morning dealing with some nonsense. I even missed my coffee. So to make up for it, oh, and this, by the way, is delicious hotel coffee. I'm staying in a wonderful extended stay in here in Reston, Virginia. So, what's on the agenda for today? So I want to talk a little bit, and I've been alluding to it in the last couple of 0530 stand twos, is Bunker Labs. I wanted to do a review of Bunker Labs. So, what is Bunker Labs? So Bunker Labs is a company, and again, I'm not gonna reach because I have the screen up here too. So if you see me glancing over here, it's because I have a screen up. I really don't want to read it to you, and I don't want to play the video because I think this is going to help them, and it will help you understand the user perspective. So I'm the user, and so will you be, and so will you. Based on what I've seen and how I'm interpreting their data. What is Bunker Labs? Bunker Labs is a company that wants to help veterans build small business and pursue that entrepreneurship. It's very much in the same line of goals that the After Action Review podcast is going, and I know there's a lot of other people out there that support and are interested in veteran entrepreneurs. But what these guys did was they created a network to support veteran businesses. Now, that's about as much as I know about Bunker Labs. I don't work for these dudes. I don't know anybody. I think I've emailed the CEO or somebody. I think the owner, the CEO of Bunker Labs, once or twice, and they seem nice. But I was trying to get an interview. I understand the guy's super busy, and this is a huge company, but that's what I know about Bunker Labs, not associated with them. So, hey, Bunker Labs, if you're watching and you don't like this review, I don't know what to tell you. Kevin McNee says he loves Bunker Labs. They're great. You're a good source. I give you a high credibility rating, but you know what? It's like Bigfoot. I haven't seen it myself. I have to see it for myself. They have a Bunker Labs in DC, which I would love to go visit. Hey, give me an invite. Bunker Labs. So anyways, what this is all about is a review, my review of the Bunker in a Box. And again, I love this name, Bunker in a Box, man. That's great. So basically, Bunker in a Box is a set of tools for aspiring entrepreneurs to get primed for entrepreneurship. Now, when I originally saw this and I opened up the Bunker in a Box, I guess I was expecting tools to start a business. I was expecting hey, here's a business plan example. Or, hi, I'm Josh. Let me show you where you can find places to get money to fund your business. Stuff like that. And it's not that. It is not, it's not going to help you start or even really give you the tools to know where to start. But what it does is it's a primer. And that's what I'm getting out of it. So it's a primer helping you get into the right mindset to start your business. So it's divided into 3 major categories: inspire, educate, and connection. And so far, I've done all of inspire, which includes subcategories. You have inspire. All right, and you have confidence, perseverance. I'll put my finger in the shot here. Independence, risk taker. Well, that's all. That's good. Confidence, perseverance, independence, and being a risk taker. Those are all high, good qualities for any entrepreneur to at least have their mind right. AC kicked on. I probably should turn that off next time. Yeah, I hear it, and I hope you don't hear it. But if you do, sorry, I'll try and talk louder. So anyways, what they do is at the end of every one of these sub-modules, so at the end of confidence, you're going to take a small like a survey at the end. So it's going to ask you some questions. It's not really pass or fail, obviously, but it is designed to help you start thinking in that direction. So it's going to start at it asks you some questions about what you learn in confidence, what you get out of it. At the very end, it's going to ask you to, of course, spread the good word, which I've done. I went on Facebook and tagged it. So if you go back and you see some of my own personal posts, it's going to show that I've done these modules. Except for risk taker, we'll go back to that. We'll get to that. So I took some notes as I was doing these modules, and I filled out the thing, and I consider these notes my journals. You're supposed to keep a journal about what these things mean to you. And it's funny because I have the journal entries on the side, and then I got notes for kind of like a general overview. So I'm going to quickly go through these. Confidence. And really fast, before I get into the notes themselves, I want to say this is a good thing. Okay, I'm not trying to beat Bunker Labs up by saying, hey, I expected something, I didn't get that. That's okay to expect something and not get what you were expecting, as long as what you get is something of value. And I feel like I got something of value. So confidence, what I took out of that was connection is the why. Confidence is not arrogance and certainly not cockiness. I think we as entrepreneurs or people aspiring to be entrepreneurs have a tendency to look at some of the guys like, those Facebook twin guys, the Zuckerbergs, the Vaynerchuks, Cook, and then of course you've got the Apple guy who he's dead. Boy, it's pretty bad. I can't remember the guy's name. It doesn't matter. So, anyways, we think that we have to carry ourselves with a certain bravado, which is good, a certain amount of confidence. But you got to know why you're doing this, and we've talked about this before. You got to know your why. Once you get your why, that starts that journey inside, the inward, and knowing about who you are, what you're all about, and then you're going to be able to really tackle what it is that you're going to do as an entrepreneur that's going to make you successful. Because you got to focus on your strengths. If you go out there trying to do something you're not very good at, I'm not super good on computers. I'm not about to go start the next Google, and I'm certainly not about to start some computer business. So I need to figure. I know my why. You're my why. My veteran entrepreneurs. You're the reason I'm doing this, and it's a journey for me as well. So I don't have all the answers, but I'm confident that the journey is going to take me to some interesting answers, and I want to help you too with Steve Jobs. Thanks, Kevin. Perseverance. The perseverance curve. They talk about a perseverance curve, and it's got to be tempered with. You got to temper your optimism with skepticism. So you can't jump into your endeavor thinking this is going to be fucking great. Here's one for you. I'm going to start a t-shirt business. Oh, it's going to be amazing. I've got the coolest designs. It's going to be all about, shooting gun. Like I've been doing this, bacon, beers, guns, and bullets. Okay. There's a lot of people doing that, though. A lot of veterans are in that business. So you might want to temper that optimism, but how about badass it was going to be with some skepticism, like, maybe it might not be as good as I thought it was going to be. And he shows this really cool curve that kind of demonstrates where there's a point where you're going to have to do a change. You have to make a change. There's a point in this curve. I'm going to try and see if I can use this on this screen. There's a point in this curve. Woo! There we go. There's a point in the curve where it kind of goes like here. And there's a point down here where you're almost at your lowest. And you have to figure out, I'm either going to keep doing what I'm doing and fail, hope for a miracle. I'm going to have to pivot and do something else, not necessarily giving up on what I'm doing, but pivoting. And that might be, hey, maybe this t-shirt thing is not working out, but I've got some great designs. I've got a great crew. Maybe it's cups. Maybe it's something else. Maybe you are sitting on something much better, much bigger, much better, and something you're more aligned with. Maybe you missed your why and now you've discovered it, but you've got the tools at hand. Or you drop an incendiary grenade and burn it all. Just call it a day. And there's nothing wrong with that sometimes either. I mean, man, you gotta walk away at some point. If it's not working out, you gotta cut your losses. And maybe that's the wisest thing to do. Cut your losses. Take that experience, take whatever you've got left, and then build something bigger. Independence. Time is my asset. Man, I cannot tell you how much that means to me, because that's a lesson that I'm learning now with that big break in the After Action Review podcast. Is time is my asset. I have time. It's how I use my time. That's what matters. So if I'm not grinding, okay, well, if I go half-ass, it's gonna take me a long time to get to where I'm going, if I ever get there. And rejection is my greatest fear, because this is my art, and I had to come to, and I'll share that with you, a personal thing. I fear rejection, and I think a lot of people do, but especially with my podcast. You understand, I know it's not the best podcast. I get it, but I'm not an audio guy. My why is veterans, and I've chosen podcasts because I really enjoy podcasts, but that doesn't make me an expert in podcasting. So this is a brand new experience to me, and I'm doing my best. So when I get criticism about it, it's like, oh, I got to deal with that criticism because it's going to make me better. But this is my baby. This is my art. You know, it's kind of like if you drew something, if you painted something, you're proud of it, and you're going around showing your picture, and somebody's like, that sucks. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Is that a giraffe? Is it an octopus? Kid, you suck. Get out of here. Don't ever draw again. Chop your hands off. No one's been that overly critical, but I'm expecting it. I know it's coming. There are some haters out there. They're gonna go for the throat, and that's fine because I know this about me. I got it. I'm prepared. So that's important. Risk taking. A couple of notes on this one because this is a big one. I don't have a capital idea. I don't have money. I don't have an idea that's going to generate money. You see what I'm saying? I have a podcast, and I enjoy doing my podcast. I love talking to veterans. I love helping veterans. I love when I talk to a veteran who has a problem or they have an idea, and I help them take it one step further, and they look at you and they're like, whoa, I never thought of that. That's what I'm in here. That's what I'm here doing. That's what I'm in this for. No money. There's no money in this. Nobody's come up to me and said, hey, if you put in a good word for me, give you money. No, not doing that. I wouldn't do that anyway. I'd blast them in fact, I think I would blast them on the podcast for it too. That'd be awesome. So I'm kind of hoping somebody tries to bribe me at some point, because that would probably be a great story. But I don't have sponsors. I have affiliates, but if you know anything about social media marketing, you'll know the affiliate thing is kind of almost dead. Basically, for a while, if you went to my website, you could buy something through the links, and then I got, 10 cents or whatever from Amazon or whatever. Yeah, not a capital idea. I like this idea of build the commercial before the product. And that's something I'm doing right now. So I have a podcast, and I already have the product, I suppose. But you got to build the commercial. So if I had to show somebody in a little commercial, like maybe 10-second spot, what the After Action Review was all about, not just the podcast, but the Live at 5, the 5:30 morning stand to, all the content that I put out, the content that's original, and the content that's retweeted or re-Facebooked, all that stuff. What is it, and how is it going to do anything? So that's my commercial, and I'm trying to work on that right now, and I like that. So build the commercial before the product. Risk taking is the strainer that separates entrepreneurs from non-entrepreneurs. Dude, so true. Look, I got a 9 to 5. You probably got a 9 to 5. You're an entrepreneur. You're not an entrepreneur yet. Unless you've sold some shit, you're probably not an entrepreneur. You might be sitting in my boat. You might have sold some shit, which means you're an entrepreneur and you're cutting your teeth. Really, you're out there and you're on the grind. That's what separates us from the guy sitting next to you in the other cubicle. Fuck, you're in a cubicle. I get it. Look, all day today, I couldn't wait to get out of the office. All day. Because I wanted to do this. I wanted to go through my Twitter. I wanted to go through my Facebook. I wanted to go through my Instagram. I want to learn how to use Snapchat. I just discovered another, oh man, where did I write that note? Another app that I want to explore. It's kind of like Twitter, only it's called Anchor app. It's like Twitter, only with voice. Momentary pause there. Connection, hotel, go figure. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so that's what separates the entrepreneur from the non-entrepreneur. That's what separates us from them. Look, the guy sitting next to you, his dream is to do 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, sitting behind that fucking desk, typing numbers in the computer and doing whatever. That's cool too. If that's what you want to do, go get it. Not me. Probably not you. If you're watching this, it's because you want to work an 18-hour job. You don't want to sleep. You want to maybe make half of what you're making right now, but it's going to be yours. It's going to be yours. And that's what I'm after too. I'll make a third of what I make right now. As long as I'm making enough to live on and it's growing and I'm moving forward and it's mine. It's my business, my endeavor, my successes, and my failures. That's what I'm after. Embrace uncertainty. It's also about chance. So we're going to talk a little bit about luck. You're going to hear a lot of people say, I don't believe in luck. Luck is just preparation. Blah, blah. No, dude, no. There's luck. All right? You can be unlucky. You could totally be unlucky. You might have I don't believe there's anybody that is unlucky. I think preparation is a huge thing to do, huge asset. If you can prepare. You can also be unlucky. Let me explain. I have a laptop. I do all my interviews. I record them and I put them on a separate hard drive. Now, I thought I was prepared because I thought I had a backup. Well, when my computer died, I was like, I'm prepared. I got a backup. Negative. My backup was corrupted. There was no way for me to know that until shit went south. And then it's like, oh, by the way, your recordings, gone. So now I had to spend 3 weeks in Afghanistan using shitty internet, downloading software. I finally had to get one of the S6 guys, do me a hot favor, and rip everything from the hard drive, like do a rescue of my hard drive, which meant I had nothing but unlabeled MP3s. Hundreds of unlabeled MP3s. That's my audio plus music. So I'm still going through one by one, and saying nope. Now, occasionally I get a piece of my audio content. So what I've had to do is I had to go look at the sizes and go after the bigger ones because that's probably long audio. But that's a huge chunk of why I haven't been doing the podcast, is because I'm in a recovery mode. Bad luck. Just shitty luck. You could get robbed, you're fire, rain, natural disasters. Shit happens. It's okay. What matters is your recovery. What matters is I didn't just drop the laptop. Fuck it, I'm out. Somebody else will podcast. Somebody else will help veterans. Nah, dude. You pick it up and you keep going. You take your lumps. You keep moving. If you want to hear more about something along that line, Google, YouTube, motivational speech, Sylvester Stallone. Much better than me trying to replicate it. So anyways, that's confidence, perseverance, independence, and risk-taking. Those are my notes. What do I think about it in general? I like it. I really like it. Uh, Again, I would. Okay, so some of you have already reached this stage, though. That's the thing. Some of you already like, I know what I want to do. I'm confident. I can persevere. I'm independent. I know the risks. I'm willing to take them. I've done all my research and I'm well connected. What I need is help putting together this business plan. Because the fact is, nobody's going to give you a damn dime unless you have a business plan. Now, a lot of us vets, we're good at doing a lot of shit. But what we're not good at typically is writing down a bunch of what can seem to us like dumb shit. Okay? I'm not the guy that I hated writing OERs. And I loved when they said, hey, write your own OIR, you're good. What the fuck is that? I don't like talking about my accomplishments. I much prefer writing about your accomplishments, but there's a point where you're like, I know this already. You get tired of regurgitating this stuff. So when you're trying to ask somebody for $50,000, $20,000, and they're like, show me a business plan, show me a 30-year projection, show me a 5-year projection of your market. I'm a podcast. Are you serious? The market? There's like 50 billion my podcast. I'm sure there's a guy recording a podcast right now in the hotel room next to mine. You might be doing a podcast about me doing a podcast. That's very meta. I get it, but whatever. It comes back down to we're not so good at the writing. And we're not, here's the other thing. Methodology and prioritization. I was talking about this weekend to somebody else on another veteran entrepreneur. You can know something that's good. So I can know everything about Microsoft Office, or Excel is a great one. I can know everything about Excel, right? I can know how to make Excel seen. I can do spreadsheets and this and that, make a database and do all sorts of cool shit, right? That's not going to help me unless I understand the methodology of my customer, my client, my business. You need to know the methodology. So you may have this grand plan about this is my business, it's going to be rock. I'm going to make this business plan. I got a template off of Google. What's the methodology? Is there a methodology for piecing it together, not just a template, but a methodology to not just piecing it together, but presenting it? Do different banks want to see different things? Do different loan officers want to see different things? Do different angel investors want to see different things? Of course. It would help if there was a guide to say, hey, look, these are the dudes that can loan you money or can give you money, but this is what they want to see. Still, I haven't seen that tool yet. Maybe Bunker Labs has it. Maybe it's hiding in a vault and they only bring it out, on a full moon or whatever. The other thing is prioritization. How do you prioritize what's important in this business plan? It goes back to the methodology. What do they want to see? How do you prioritize? And are you prioritizing the right things? So when you're doing your business plan, when you're piecing your idea together, are you prioritizing the right things? Because shit, it looks good to me, right? When I'm writing it, I'm like, you got it. This is great. It's like writing a book. The best fucking story ever written is the one you wrote. Now you hand it to someone else to read and they're like, yo, you write like an autistic chimp. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this don't even make any fucking, is this even in English? That can hurt, but that's reality. You prioritize. You made it look the way you thought it was supposed to look, but the fact of the matter is it's hot garbage. So that's part of this, okay? I would like to see those things. What this did was, this Bunker Labs thing did for me, is it fired me up. It's like modules of it's called Inspire, for Christ's sake, but it's modules of motivation. It gets you fired up. It makes you feel like, I can do this. I want to do this. I'm going to make this thing happen. They got some great motivational videos, but here's my critique on that. If you're working from a government laptop or a government computer, or you're on a government system, you're on the Green, the NLAN, or the Nipper, or unclass, whatever the fuck your company or your organization calls it, you're going to have a problem. See, if you're trying to do this at work, which I highly encourage you to do, come on. Yeah, so definitely do this at work. And if my boss is watching, I never do this at work. You're going to have an issue watching some of these YouTube videos. For some reason, they're not the YouTube video. The videos are good. It was the articles. Trying to get to the articles to read them, they're blocked by the government computers. So I think about 3 out of 4 so far. I've only been able to read one article at work. I have to come back or on my break, go outside, which sucks because I work in a facility where you got to leave your phone outside. I'm sure a lot of you do too. You got to go outside, look on your phone, watch a video, or read the article. And besides, reading, fuck, man, who's time for reading? I'll tell you what, I haven't read a book in like 3 or 4 years. I'm not even shitting you. Audiobooks are the way to go. Fast, rapido, you get it done, and you do absorb. I don't care what anybody says, you will absorb the information. Highly encourage you to work your way from normal to 3x speed. You'll fly through material, and you're going to keep it in your head. Fucking reading articles, though, I don't know about that. Give me the synopsis. Give me the what do you use in high school back in the day? Cliff's Notes. Give me the Cliff's Notes. Reference the article. That way, if I want to learn more and I can expand my horizons, I can click on that later and go see it. But give me the Cliff's Notes up front. Tell me what I need to know from that article. And that's it. So you get these really, I don't know. I'm between they're cheesy and they're kind of neat. You earn ribbons, you know, like you put your ribbon stack on. Okay, so you earn these kind of funky looking earned ribbons. And I don't know. You might like them. I thought they were kind of cool, but they are kind of cheesy at the same time. You earn ribbons. There's a progress bar. Right now I'm at 29.8. I started doing number 5, the 5th module in the Educate series. So Educate takes you through think, focus, learn, delegator, idea, and analyze. So you don't have to be a genius to understand what you're probably going to be getting yourself into as you read these the subjects. But whatever. And then at the end, it's going to ask you to, you also accumulate experience points. I don't know, what happens when I become a level 5 entrepreneur, magic missiles, the shields, I don't know, fight a fucking dragon at the end. I don't know what the experience points do, but I don't know. Everybody's got a gimmick. So that's it for that. We're about 27 minutes of this. I'm going to try and wrap this up soon. So the whole point of the 0530, look, I get it. 5:30 is a early fucking time to get up and start thinking about your entrepreneurship. Listen, that's the fucking time to think about your business. It is the time to think about your business. It's the time to think about where it is that you're going with it. Because the fact of the matter is, 9 to 5, you probably got to be focusing on work. When you get home, you probably don't have a whole lot of time before you got to go to sleep. So before you do all that, get your ass up early. Get your ass up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Let mama sleep. Don't wake up the dog. Go turn on your fucking laptop and start looking. Start figuring out, okay, today I'm going to push out 8 pieces of content. And look, Gary Vaynerchuk, that guy changed my perspective on that shit. But what he says is very simple. Your content doesn't have to be original content. If you see an article and it looks good, and it's in your wheelhouse and what you want to put up, retweet it, re-Facebook it. Boom. That's you're putting out content. You're reaching out. Be part of the community. If you're not on these Facebook groups, hey man, I don't know what to tell you. Go out there and push your content, make a ripple, get yourself known, and that starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. And if you got to take a break and go read that article, go read the fucking article. Every day, I'm pushing out content from my laptop. From my desktop. When I'm at work, I take my 15-minute break, and I'm sitting there on Twitter, looking through stuff, retweeting, direct messaging people, all that good stuff. In fact, I don't want to drop any names yet because I haven't talked to her about it, but I had a veteran send me a link to, she plugged her book in a comment section. That's badass. Okay, in fact, if you have a business, I highly encourage you to go plug your business in other people's comments. Go plug your business in Instagram. Go plug your fucking business everywhere you can. What are they going to do? Delete it? No. They're going to appreciate it. I appreciated it. I was like, right on, girl. So I bought her book. And I liked it, but I didn't like it. There were parts of it that I want to talk to her about. And hey, listen, if you come on my podcast, this is going to be part of it. If I see something I'm not sure about, I'm going to ask you about it. And if you don't have a good answer for it, hey, that's on you. That's not me just sharpshooting you. That's not me being a dick. That's me helping you. And you're going to be helping me. As I'm sure everybody under the sun can sharpshoot the shit out of every one of these videos, every one of my podcasts, and that's fine. I want you to. Tear me apart, dismantle it. I didn't like the book because I did need pictures. I hate you. So anyways, listen. If you're thinking, and I like this too, if you're writing books, you got stuff out there, guys, push it out there. Give it for free if you can. If you can't, I get it. But here's my thing about free books, and I think you've seen this before. Have you seen this nonsense where they're like, let me give you my free ebook and blah blah. It's a pamphlet. It's an advertisement. It's an advertisement pamphlet. Sometimes I'm not even sure what to think about that. But if you're serious about writing books, if you've written a book, and here's the thing. This is another part of the podcast here. The Live at 5, the after action review experience. If you know how to do something, Tri-Shield Integrated Security. It's my boy, Roy McNeely. If you know how to do something good, all right? If you know how to do something well already, you can help veterans who want to do something similar, who may be on on another path. Help them out. Help them out. Give them your mentorship. If you know how to run a gym and somebody says, "Hey, I want to be a personal fitness trainer," help that dude out. This is what you need to do. This is the bullshit you want to stay away from. This is stuff you need to stay on. So, if you know how to write a book, DM me because I would love to learn how to write a book. Or at least I want to know what goes into it so I can help people who may be looking to write a book and way better at it than I am. On my to-do list, what I need to do, I need to design an icon and a banner for my YouTube page. So I'm setting up a YouTube page, and I'm going to put the podcast that I have with people live. I'm going to put some of this audio, some of these videos on there so people can go back and listen, watch, whatever. We did the Bunker in the Box episode 1 through 5, 1 through 4, and some of 5 review. That's good. And I want to do a follow-up with some of the guys that I've done podcasts with already. So we're going to do a couple of follow-ups. And I do have some audio recovered. I also want this. Check it out. I'm going to ask some of you guys to do me a personal favor. So not just people watching, but if you're watching this later and you go www.theaarpodcast.com, go to some of the old interviews. Some of them are long, and they're not that great. But I was new. I was trying it out. It was a shot. I started evolving into more like storytelling, and I kind of want to keep with that. It's a very long process to edit and put a story together in the way that I did with the Rosie Babin story. So you tell me, do you like interviews? Do you like the storytelling? And if you do, let's make it, then tell me what you like, and I'll start working towards that. I kind of want to do both. I kind of like doing an interview, and I kind of like doing some storytelling. I might start doing that. I want to do some collaborations. So if you want to do some podcasts, if you've got a good podcast story, and you know how to put it together, and you don't want to go through the effort of building your own website and all that stuff, that's fine. Let's collab. Throw it on mine. You get all the credit. It's yours. I literally have a forum that you could post it on, and I will help you blow it up until you have your own podcast. And if you already have your podcast, let's do a collab. Anyway, I love collaboration. I want to work with you guys. I want to work with every veteran that I possibly can. I feel like I'm ranting. I'm 34 minutes into this thing. All right. I want to thank everybody for watching, giving me your time. Tri-Shield Integrated Security. Michael Harris, there's a guy you need to keep your eye on, up and coming. Kevin Nice, I know we got coffee in the future. Maybe. I don't know. I hope so because I need the good coffee hookup. Eric Rodriguez. Look, another thing we're doing with the After Action review. And Eric, watching you, buddy. I'm about to head off overseas again pretty soon. Go make some money. I want to sponsor some BJJ guys, some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys. I want to sponsor some veteran athletes. I don't got a whole lot of money. My money I want to invest in you guys. I want to not just produce some type of advertisement for the After Action Review, which is becoming more than just a podcast, but I want to start sponsoring. I want to start investing in some of my veterans. Of course, not a ton of money, but I don't care. Whatever I've got, I want to help veterans make the most of it. So if that means a grant to buy a microphone for your podcast, let's make it fucking happen. If you got to wear the After Action Review patch on the back of your gi, yeah, at Worlds, yeah, then that's what we're going to do. And fanny packs, Speedos, whatever. I love that. Coffee, shorts, Strike Force, and yeah, boy. So that's what I want to get done with the After Action Review. There's going to be more content coming out. I'm a big jiu-jitsu fan. I'm a big love practicing jiu-jitsu. We got jiu-jitsu. We got veteran jiu-jitsu players, and my new gym here in Reston or Herndon. So more content will be coming out that's a little more jiu-jitsu focused. If you know veteran athletes, if you know any veteran athletes, give me a list. Don't tell them to get in touch with me because I'm gonna feel really shitty when I have to say no. But let's get some of this stuff going. And hell yes. After Action Review Podcast, Speedo, right down the middle, AAR. All right, guys, that's it. Putting out a new podcast very soon. That's another thing on my to-do list. Till then, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And remember, like, listen, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later.